Hello everyone and welcome to the 140th episode of the Voluntary Viewing podcast, recorded on June 28th, 2021. On the podcast today is a man who would simply not land on a ref's foot and aggravate the ankle injury, Andrew Clark.
Hey, first off, I'm not upset that we may have to deal with a less than 100% Trae Young. That is obviously a good thing for the Bucks. That can't fucking happen though. That ref, what the fuck? Something needs to happen there.
He was out of bounds. We looked at it. At first sight, I was like, "Oh shit!" He crept onto the court. His feet were firmly out of bounds.
Really? I thought the front half of his shoes were in bounds.
I thought the exact same thing. And after Trae steps on him, he does take a step. So that's, for me, I conflated it in my head that he took a step forward because we went into transition. Mm-hmm. So then it was like, oh shit. He was like, I got to get going. So he took a step forward, and that's why Trae stepped. He was out of bounds, man. Mm-hmm. It was just a fucking dumb accident.
Yeah, that sucks. I have never seen a player with both of his ankles in braces.
You didn't play enough Wisconsin basketball, baby. I saw people with braces on every joint. That's not an exaggeration. I literally saw people wearing 2 knee braces, 2 ankle braces, and sleeves on their elbows, compression sleeves.
It's one thing to have those things that you put on your elbows that are the kind of the squishy cloth, but Trae had splints on his fucking ankles.
And
from what I can tell, that wasn't new. I guess I didn't know, but he had it on both. I didn't notice it until they came back out and they zoomed in on his ankles. Mm-hmm. I think he may have had those on before.
Yeah, he's been dealing with ankle stuff all season, from my understanding.
That sucks.
No, he went into this series with ankle troubles. It's weird how his career is so far getting pretty similar to Steph Curry's career. The reason that Steph Curry wasn't took a while to truly break out and become that superstar MVP wasn't his talent. It was just he had fucking ankle injuries for the first 3 or 4 years of his career. And then when he finally got healthy, he just went full skyfucker mode and just started destroying everyone. So I'm curious if we see something similar with Trae Young.
I mean, so everyone knew Trae Young had a lot of talent. Obviously, he got drafted, highly. Mm-hmm. And this season was the season they're like, oh, Trae Young, he's finally coming into his own. He's showing that talent fairly consistently. And then the playoffs happened, and Trae Young became Kevin Durant. I don't know what the fuck happened, but as soon as the playoffs started, the Hawks in general have been really good in the playoffs so far, but Trae Young's been insane. That's a huge
jump. Coming out party. The playoffs do that, man. Mm-hmm. It's the playoffs are literally where the stars emerge. And the bubble was kind of a fluke. Yeah. And there's a lot of bubble performers that have really regressed this season, and a lot of people making a lot of money because of their bubble performance. Because a lot of times, that's where the fucking stars emerge. The guys that kick it into that extra gear and take over games in the playoffs. Yeah. It really happens. And then the next regular season, they ball out. But this year, I think the bubble, people put a little bit too much credence. Although the Suns also came out of the bubble, and they look fucking legit. So who knows?
I mean, the Suns made some additions. They didn't have Chris Paul last year.
Mm-hmm. But they did not have Chris Paul, but they definitely are showing they showed their potential and they realized it. So
oh my god,
that's what happens a lot in the playoffs.
I know we're still in the middle of intros, and I don't want to derail it a whole lot further. But I do remember it was in the first series, or was the first series? It was when the Suns were playing the Mavericks. Wait, no.
Did the Suns play the Mavericks this year? The Mavs played the Clips, I thought, in the first round and lost.
Right. Man, who were the...
And Porzingis went to a strip club in the middle of the series after scoring 6 points and apparently really pissed off Luka.
Oh wait, no. It was when they were playing the Nuggets. But I'll never forget. It was in the middle of the third quarter, And Chris Paul went on a bit of a streak where, he scored on like 3 straight possessions. And the announcer freaked out. So, Chris Paul with another 2. He cannot miss. Chris Paul is a machine. He has 16 points. Okay, man.
You didn't have to do it to him like that.
He had 16 points.
That is the ironic slow clap of announcing right there. Jesus.
I mean,
The problem is it's average.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd think it was a joke if it was like, he's got 7. It'd be like, okay, you're dicking around. But like 16's not small enough to, in the third quarter, not small enough to be mocking him, but not really large enough to legitify that response. So it's like, I don't understand. Classic NBA. Was it Marv Albert? Because it was Marv Albert. Fuck, man. Marv Albert is literally. What wasn't Game 2 supposed to be his last game, and then he just announced Game 3 last night? We were all like, "Wait, is he? He's still here?" I don't understand.
Maybe I don't know because I know there's conflict with one of the announcers being a part owner of the Hawks that you mentioned. Maybe that wasn't taken into the calculations.
It was a color guy. It was a color commentator. None of them were play-by-play. I don't know TNT's number 2 play-by-play guy. Is it Mike Breen or is he in ESPN? I don't know. But it was just a conflict between color guys. It was like Reggie Miller or Grant Hill are their 2 color guys, and
Marv Albert's the
Grant
play-by-play.
Hill. Yeah, and Grant Hill is a part owner of the Hawks. So they show it's literally Marv Albert, Reggie Miller next to him, which Reggie Miller, by the way, like Jesus Christ, was he bad last night?
Yeah.
And then sitting next to them, Grant Hill wearing a bunch of Hawks gear, like literally like sitting right next to the table.
Oh yeah, he's owning it at least. That's
he's probably still whispering to Reggie, and that's why Reggie was so bad. He's like, oh, talk some shit about Drew Holiday, about how bad he's been. Like, yeah.
Also on the podcast today, we have a man who never doubted for a second that Chris Middleton was elite. Ryan Holtz.
Look, Chris Middleton's got absolute elite potential, and I've never said anything else.
Yeah.
But he's literally also got potential to be a guy off the bench. Like the only difference between Chris Middleton and a perennial NBA superstar is the fact that Chris Middleton shows up half the time. Like he's fantastic, and I love him on the Bucks, and he's a great player and very important part of our roster. Mm-hmm. But you cannot count on him to be a superstar. You cannot count on him to carry the team. Like that's the difference between a borderline all-star and the superstar, is that the superstar shows up every night, and that's Giannis. So no, it's not Chris Middleton slander. It's just that Chris Middleton is never going to be that fucking dude if he's going to disappear.
Yeah,
in games.
he's not Paul George. You know,
he is kind of Paul George. They're very similar. Like I would argue the only difference between Paul George.
But...
No, that's fair. I would argue the only difference between Paul George and Chris Middleton is that Paul George is just a little bit better at attacking the rim, and that lends just that little extra layer of consistency.
He's got some
Chris
more
Middleton
beef.
Chris Middleton is so much more about long 2s and 3s, which if you're missing, and then he just can't contribute that much. Yeah. He's a solid defender. Like you can't take that away from him. He's not a good one. He's not Drew Holiday or Giannis or even Brook Lopez, but he's above average. He's a plus defender. So it's really just the fact that if his shots are missing, then he's not that effective. He's an okay playmaker. He's not great at it. Can't really get above the rim too much, although it's fun when he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
No slander here. Chris is amazing. Chris is my father.
And then last but not least on the podcast today is me, Lucas DeRuyter, and when I have an injury or any kind of pain or soreness, I just throw another compression sleeve on there, just layer them on. Sometimes get up to 3 or 4.
It's additive. Yeah. It's like in Skyrim when you do that enchantment glitch to make a ring so powerful that it can chant other things to ridiculous levels of brokenness. Like if you just stack compression socks, eventually you get healthier. Like, it's not only preventing injuries, it's inverting it and making you a superhuman.
I'm wearing 13 layers of compression sleeves all over my body. Yeah. And I think I may live forever.
Yeah. My skin literally can't breathe. I feel as though I'm suffocating.
Fuck my skin not being able to breathe. I can't like fill my lungs with air and expand my chest.
You're wearing 13 flak jackets like a quarterback, but times 13.
It's just the Murder of Giles Quarry, but with compression clothes.
More compression.
Yeah, strap them on, baby. They're like, this is meant for like an 8-foot tall man who's trying to do rehab. Like, we're too big. We don't make them this size anymore, man. More.
I'm about to say an anime reference. It's just Vegeta in the training capsule, just turning the gravity up.
Yeah.
That had big, what's the vine? I'm about to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. I'm about to say an anime reference. Like, just very fucking get ready, y'all. Holy shit, it's about to go down.
I don't care that you broke your elbow. Just what?
Yeah.
Anyway, that introduction comes from a pre-game report comment that apparently stuck out to me, where the woman reporting was just like, yeah, and to address the pain in his leg today, Giannis is wearing a second compression sleeve. Like,
yeah. Well, he was wearing like a compression sleeve on his leg underneath a knee brace sock thing that they had. It did look kind of funny.
It's just, 2021... and this is the best we got.
They're making storylines. If Giannis starts limping or grimacing, then they'll be like, and remember. And then when he dunks on someone, they'll be like, hey, he's unhuman. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you throw at him.
Meanwhile, Trae Young is walking around with bionic ankles. Like,
well, this
man's fucking Tiny Tim out here shooting 35-foot threes.
It's the thing about sports coverage in general is, you're making narratives. It's all up, especially in the NBA. The NBA is fucking narrative central. Just like, this guy doesn't like this guy because this guy did this thing and blah, 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 and on and on and on. And if you're in on the NBA lore, stuff like fucking Game of Zones literally is crack. Like, it is unbelievable how good they are at getting those narratives and like making fun of them and everything like that. But like, a lot of times it doesn't pan out, and it's kind of hilarious looking back on it because it didn't pan out. But they have to set it up just in case it does. Yeah. Like, they were hyping up fucking Trae Young coming back into that game, and then when they realized, oh, he's really hurting them, they had to never mind. Let's talk about how cool the Bucks are, right? Like, Chris Middleton's on fire. Never mind, everyone. We're not talking about how
Trae Young out here to give his team a chance. Gonna put us all out. He played 3 more minutes. Now he's on the bench. Doesn't matter.
Well,
we're gonna lose.
Trae Young out here to give his team a chance. Meanwhile, while he was in the locker room, Lou Williams led the team to a 5-point lead.
Yep.
They pulled out Lou Williams for Trae Young, and we proceeded to just go fucking nuclear and absolutely demolish. I think they were up 93-88. And all of a sudden you blink and it was 110-100. Like, we just absolutely fucking obliterated them after he came back. So, yeah.
It did.
And that fucking inbounds pass where he just half-heartedly lobbed it towards the rim, and I was just like, oh, it's over, huh? Like, he's done with this one. He's moving on. So
it did kind of reek of, what if Rudy got a pick 6 and ran it in, and then they're like, no, you gotta get out of here, man. Yeah, you're killing it, but nope, you're done.
Well, and that's the thing, is Rudy is Lou Williams. Like, he's one of the most respected guys in the NBA. Like, when you win 6th Man of the Year 3 times, that means you're just a god-level teammate.
Yeah.
That means you're just that fucking dude who everyone relies on and everyone loves. Like, you're never a starter. You're just a guy that comes in and balls out and leads the second unit.
I'm sorry. When you Google Lou Williams and click on his Wikipedia page, it says Lou Williams, also known as Lemon Pepper Lou,
yeah, man,
is an American basketball player for the Atlanta Hawks. Lemon Pepper Lou?
What?
Yeah, man. I know this story, but I have forgotten it. That is how... That's how NBA works. But yeah, no, like he's a fucking legend, and he was balling out. He was playing real hard, and he's kind of been killing us all series. Like he's been really good at switching on to Brook Lopez and just abusing the fuck out of him, like which Trae Young has been too. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, now I remember. Lou Williams was the guy who
he went to Magic City. Yeah,
he went to a strip club.
Yeah,
and
for the wings.
Yeah, for the wings, for the lemon pepper wings. That was the thing. And then they all started calling him Lemon Pepper Lou, and now he trademarked it.
He owned it.
You know what? He's a fan.
That man had to go into quarantine for 10 days in the playoffs.
He's got to get them wings, man.
Yeah,
Magic City.
I really like the wings.
Yeah, this fucking inside the NBA bit. He was there for the breasts and the thighs, or whatever the fuck. Inside the NBA humor.
Yeah. All right, that was about it for intros, which means we are headed into News of the Week. The Chainsaw Man preview dropped, anime preview dropped, and it's everything I dared to dream of and more.
I knew that the Chainsaw Man anime preview dropped because for a couple of hours yesterday, the only thing on my timeline was Lucas liking and retweeting people that were just posting the trailer.
I got you, fam.
Not with any sort of additional content, just they posted the video.
You're welcome.
And Lucas liked, I shit you not, maybe 30 of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the trailer. Am I not supposed to like stuff that I like on social media?
Yeah, it's a lot of likes.
Dude,
usually when you say you like something a lot, it's usually the amount that you like it, not the number of times that you like it. Man, I liked this so much. I liked it 5. I liked this 5. But no, I did see the trailer. I also enjoyed it to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about anything, but there's no one with chainsaw heads in this trailer.
There's a guy at the end with the chainsaw head.
Yeah.
Where?
Like probably minute 50.
It's only a minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, 55 seconds in. Yeah.
Literally, like there's one brief shot.
Yeah, there is not a lot of Chainsaw Man in that Chainsaw Man trailer.
Is that the main character, I thought?
Yeah, but the kid with blonde hair at the beginning and interspersed is also Chainsaw Man. He transforms.
Yeah, he does like a Power Rangers thing and then becomes Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
Permanently though, he can't.
No, until he decides not to anymore.
Yeah, he can turn it on and off.
Oh, he can go back whenever the fuck he wants.
Like Super Saiyan, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. Like
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I legitimately did not know that. I thought Chainsaw Man was a manga about a dude who had a chainsaw for a head forever. Like that was I didn't know it was a transformation thing. I thought that was like, no, this is who I am, baby.
No, he is only Chainsaw Man like maybe a 1/6 of the time, if that, maybe an 1/8.
There is less Chainsaw Man.
I hate this
is.
now.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking cool. You know what? I'm out.
No, you didn't.
I thought it was a cool concept that was not for me at all. I was like, this is apparently a good manga that everyone loves about a dude who has a chainsaw for a head all the time. That sounds fucking sick. Like he goes to the bank with a chainsaw for a head. Hell yeah, man. Like,
I mean,
I'm into it.
The dude who has a chainsaw for a head all the time does eventually show up. And he's pretty great.
What? There's a different Chainsaw Man, but this guy can't just switch back and forth?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Basically, okay. Can I try to
Andrew,
explain
you're
this?
the expert.
Well,
Yes.
no, I was
Why
going to
don't
say, can I
you
try to
take
explain
this?
this in less anime terms? There is a chainsaw demon monster man who is permanently the Chainsaw Man.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid is possessed with the spirit of that Chainsaw Man.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he's half human, half Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is only half Chainsaw Man.
But then there is Chainsaw Man Prime,
Yes.
who is full on Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
100%.
And he's a person?
He's a
But
demon.
also a spirit?
Yeah.
No,
So he exists.
Chainsaw Man Prime is a demon, and Denji is the boy. Yes,
Yeah.
as a physical thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And it can exist separately from Chainsaw Man Boy.
He can only exist when Chainsaw Man Boy is down bad, basically.
Ah.
Yeah, kind of like, man, you're depressed right now, bud. Let me take over. You need a minute. You got to
Kind
tag
of like
out for
Venom.
this.
But what is that? Then he what? Like, comes out of Chainsaw Man Boy
Yes.
and separates.
No.
Takes over his body.
No. Oh, so
Like
no. Then he doesn't exist. There is no Chainsaw Man who's Chainsaw Man always. It's just sometimes Chainsaw Man Boy can't switch back. They're not two separate people, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, is there a world where Chainsaw Man Prime and Chainsaw Man can fucking tink, 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 like, as they're, like, smashing their chainsaw heads together?
Okay.
No, there isn't, because they're the same.
Well, Chainsaw Man Prime
being.
existed before Chainsaw Man Boy took
but then
him
stopped
on.
existing.
Right.
Yeah.
To become part of Chainsaw Man Boy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
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 And there you go. So, no, in other words.
I guess.
There is no Chainsaw
Don't make
Man
me
Prime
defend Chainsaw
anymore.
Man, please. I'm begging
There's no
you.
Chainsaw Man Prime anymore. How about that? He's now kind of like
only-
Venom, like you said with Venom. He's all wrapped up in that shit.
Only inside a Chainsaw Boy's mind palace. Yeah.
I will say this about the trailer. I enjoyed the trailer, and I especially enjoyed the first 45 seconds when it showed the things that I enjoyed about Chainsaw Man, the manga, where it's like this really creepy, melancholy story about people who are deeply troubled and trying to figure out if they can change or not. And then the trailer turns into just anime shit. Just big monsters and fighting and people swinging shit around. Just like the manga does when the manga stops being good.
I mean, some of those fights are pretty purposeful. Some of those fights are getting to deeper human condition stuff, but okay. Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Music killer, and like you said, I'm glad that the people making this based on this trailer clearly know, like, the stuff that makes Chainsaw Man go from good to great, and that being man, there's some fucked up shit happening in this fight, but the real fucked up shit is just what's going on in our lives. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
What if the real
36
fight was the
hours.
chainsaw we found along the way? Sorry.
Yeah. 36 hours, 4.3 million views on YouTube. Going to be the greatest anime of all time, probably. I won't be happy with anything less.
Oh boy.
Setting yourself up there for success.
Oh,
I see.
no, Luke. I don't know if you've ever heard of the fucking philosophy. Well, no, because you asked me. You were like,
Yeah.
Ryan, how do you never let yourself get let down? Or whatever. And Lucas, lesson number 1 is never expect anything to be the greatest thing of all time. That is very unfair to that thing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's basically almost impossible for it to live up to the expectations.
Yeah. If you don't want to live your life by the mantra of like low expectations are the key to happiness, I say power to you. You know, I try not to live like that because that's fucking sad. There is some credence to it, but it is a sad way to live. But yeah, don't go to the extreme opposite. Where if this is not the greatest thing ever, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
It's only happened like once where that worked out, right? Like LeBron, basically.
Yeah.
Like when else has something been like so fucking hyped that it was supposed to be the greatest blank of all time, and actually was like
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh wow! Ooh, that is a bold choice, my friend.
Absolutely not.
Also, I just realized we got through an entire description of Chainsaw Man Prime without bringing up the fact that he's the only guy who can kill immortals and made Nazis and AIDS not a thing. Which feels like a pretty central part of that character to me.
No, because it's just a throwaway line. It's not a...
You know he's a cool dude. You know he's a cool dude from that. I'd have a beer with this guy with a chainsaw for a head.
Is erasing... We're not saying that Chainsaw Man killed a bunch of Nazis. We're saying that Chainsaw Man made Nazis never happen. So maybe he is just setting it up so it can happen again.
Wow.
So that we don't learn from mistakes that have already happened.
No. It's cool, dude.
I'm looking up, by the way, like most hyped blank of all time because I'm really on this. Like what else has done that ever? Like LeBron is literally the only thing that comes into my head.
Okay, this is nerd shit that you guys won't care about, but the only media thing I can think about is that One Piece is probably the only like piece of media I've experienced that like, wow, this is a global phenomenon. This deserves to be a global phenomenon.
But even that's not quite the same thing.
No, okay.
Like it's like it had to have had such unbelievable levels of anticipation coming into it, and then it delivering and being 100%. Like people were like, "No, get ready. This is literally going to be the greatest blank that has ever been. Like the greatest insert whatever that thing is of all time." And then it actually ended up being that because it's almost impossible to deliver on
that promise.
Hype. Yeah. Like I see the Avengers, and like the first Avengers is great, but it's not the greatest movie. But that, to be fair, I don't think the Avengers movie was supposed to be the greatest movie of all time. Maybe the best superhero team up of all time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know because I mean, you know, naturally we get drawn to like sports and like prospects that are coming out, you know, into the professional leagues. And it's hard because, you know, other than Michael Jordan,
right?
There's no one really to argue against LeBron.
And Michael Jordan just was not LeBron. Like Michael Jordan was
no. I'm talking about a greatest of
prospect.
all time. Like not in terms of hyped prospects. Because in the NFL, there are more people to debate about who is the best quarterback of all time. Like Peyton Manning was hyped as the best quarterback prospect of all time, and he became one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Hall of Famer. People will argue that he's the best quarterback of all time. Not everyone will, or most people.
I think that's pretty rare nowadays to hear Peyton Manning tossed around there.
But, you know, like, and then there are other quarterbacks that were just as hyped that you can compare him to, but it's not the same. You know, LeBron is definitively the best of the last 30 years, at least, maybe ever.
Yeah.
No, and like, the difference is whether or not you like LeBron, he's absolutely 100% firmly in that greatest of all time conversation, and most people are going to have him 1A, 1B. But he was literally that. That was what he was hyped as from the time he was like a junior in high school. It's like, this kid's going to be the greatest player ever to play basketball. And then he kind of was. Whereas Michael Jordan was, like a really, really good prospect coming out of college. You know, was unbelievably talented, drafted 3rd overall. But that means that there were 2 people that people thought were going to be better. And one of them was Hakeem Olajuwon, who ended up winning 2 championships with the Rockets and is a bona fide Hall of Famer. But, like... it automatically means he definitely wasn't hyped to be the greatest of all time if there were two people that were taken above him. So
I can't say with confidence how scoped out Tiger Woods was before his PGA debut.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I know he was very greatly hyped because he was trained from such a young age. I know there's photos of Tiger Woods when he's like 15 with like a ton of media coverage, but but I don't know how hyped golf players are one way or another.
This is all relatively speaking.
Exactly. Within that community, if they're like, holy shit, Tiger Woods is going to be the greatest golfer ever to have played. Which, by the way, I don't think he is
not anymore.
Like,
no.
Tiger Woods even at his career, like Tiger Woods at his peak might have been the greatest golfer if you were to put a tournament of every golfer at their peak.
He was,
but some of these golfers were winning tournaments for 40 years.
Yeah, like, he was without a doubt
was not
the greatest golfer of his era when he was at his peak. Yeah. But since then, there have been guys that have maybe been a little bit better, and there were obviously guys before that went on tears for decades, like you said.
And at his peak, if you were to just boil every greatest golfer of all time down to their peak and put them in like a Masters tournament, then you'd probably have a pretty good shot at winning. Mm-hmm. But that's like Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders. It's like, well, they retired young and kind of fell off in production even before that. Like, I don't know, it's tough. But anyways, the movies subreddit is pegging The Phantom Menace as the most hyped movie of all time, which from what I've heard, it was before my time, but from what I've heard, yeah. And really bad. Like, boy, did that one backfire more than most that you can imagine. Like,
it's one of those movies where it's definitely not a good movie. It's kind of like the rest of the prequels. They're not as bad as people make them out to be, although Attack of the Clones is like a bona fide dog shit movie, whereas The Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith are like not good, but they're not that bad. But yeah, it was so hyped that when people got there and watched this very boring movie, they're like, what the fuck are we doing?
There was a whole movie about called Superfans about how hyped people were for The Phantom Menace. And it's pretty good, but no.
Yeah.
No.
Dan Harmon and Rob Schraub talk about it on Harmontown a lot. They've like brought it up a million times. I'm getting towards the end of that podcast, by the way.
Ooh.
Like after a year and a half of binging it. But they talk about it a few times about how they went and saw it in theaters and just were like actively having breakdowns watching it. Like it was like, yeah, our childhood's back. Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. And then just like almost instantly, just like, what is happening? What are they doing? No.
Are you an angel? Yippee! Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
What do you think is the most hyped video game?
Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, of all time. Of the last couple of years, maybe.
The most hyped video game.
Spore is a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Spore was supposed to be like recreating the concept of a video game.
Yeah,
and it was just
nothing.
Like a kind of shitty simulation game.
We went through this a couple episodes back, maybe on the Quarantine Cast, where it was like Spore won E3 4 years in a row.
Holy shit, I forgot about that. Halo 2 was pretty hyped up. But I mean, like, I guess every AAA video game is. I guess I don't have a sense of scale.
Yeah.
Star Citizen has not come out and probably won't ever. But Star Citizen is kind of like Cyberpunk 2077, where it's all anybody talks about year in, year out for many years in a row. So Star Citizen right now has so much fucking hype because people just keep putting money into those crowdfunding sources to raise more money that they'll never get back.
Yeah. People are talking about like Destiny, Fallout 4.
I mean, all of these games are games that were hyped and people were excited about, but I don't know, because games come...
It's hard, right?
Yeah, games in a series come out every couple of years. And then they're always, they get big hype, just like every other game that comes out then. I'm trying to think, what's a game that had like a huge hiatus? And then, like another one came out.
Half-Life Alyx.
Overwatch got a lot of hype. Not Overwatch 2, I'm talking about like Overwatch, because it was in development for so long.
People are talking about Modern Warfare 2 as well, considering how COD 4 did actually like reinvent the genre. And then World at War was kind of like a bit of a dip, so then everyone was like, oh shit, we're back, baby. I don't know. Metal Gear Solid 4, someone brought up.
I like that game. People don't like that game. I like that game.
But maybe it was super hyped. Like, that's the only thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, because...
Halo 3. Ooh, GTA 5.
Ooh, Death Stranding.
That's executed.
Fuck off.
Well, actually...
Death Stranding is not the most hyped game of all time.
It had the strangest hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
It had a good marketing push. That's for certain. But
that game did deliver on everything that it promised, I will say.
No, fucking didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Even if you liked the game, that doesn't mean it delivered on everything it promised on. Like, it was basically a movie, was what it was promising you. Like,
yeah, and that's what it was.
For better or worse. Yep.
Yeah, no. This is not a judgment, positive or negative, on the quality of the game.
That'd be very negative for a video game. They did not promise gameplay for the first 2 years. They promised a movie. So if you only got a movie, then that's for worse. Like, you did get gameplay and other shit like that, and you had to walk a lot and balance.
To piss.
Yeah. Fucking like this game. I don't get it.
Undertale, I think, is maybe the most hyped video game of all time.
Wow. Really?
I feel like that's in certain communities, though. It's not mainstream enough, right?
I think. Well, I mean, it was a Kickstarted game initially, so
right. Like most hyped indie game, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's almost maybe, and that's not fair to indie games to say like. I mean, compared to GTA 5, it's
compared to
like,
real video games.
Compared to a video game that they spent $1 billion on, yeah, of course, like it's not going to be fair. But yeah, I could see it. I mean, I have a lot of cultural osmosis for Undertale, like even though I've never even come close to touching the game. Like,
you would not care for it.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm very comfortable consuming the music and the memes from afar. Someone said Skyrim, and I remember that in high school being a thing, but it was amongst like particular type of people. I don't know. And since it's AAA, it is going to have to go up against like GTA 5 and Modern Warfare 2 and Fallout 4 and yeah. Although I don't know, Skyrim or Fallout 4. What's more hype?
More hype?
Which one got more hype?
Well,
I think Fallout 4.
Yeah, I mean, I
kind of agree.
I wasn't engaged in any of the hype for Elder Scrolls. I mean, I didn't play the game until like 2 years after launch. So I guess I don't know, but...
Well, Fallout 4 was also the first big game they did after Skyrim. So it's like, oh man, there's going to be Skyrim with guns, and for better or worse.
Uncharted. from a guy who can't really be talked about.
Oh no, that's Far Cry, not Uncharted.
Oh, it was Far Cry, not Uncharted.
Yeah,
I don't know the difference and don't care. Far Cry, Uncharted, fucking who cares? They're all bullshit adventure games.
Hey, Uncharted's really good.
Hold on, I think Far Cry is more liked than Uncharted, right?
No fuck. What? No. What?
Is that my thing?
That's definitely your thing.
I've never played a second of either.
Every Uncharted game is critically acclaimed and loved by the community. Like,
I guess Far Cry has had like a downturn. I guess that's fair. I'm thinking of like
Far Cry has
Far
like
Cry 3, Far Cry
games,
4.
Yeah.
Like back in their heyday type Far Cry.
Andrew, there are a lot of Far Cry 2 apologists now.
Far Cry 2 fucking sucks.
No, it's thematically tied that
the
you get
malaria. Cool. Yeah.
I don't know. This sounds very similar to you guys when you're talking about Death Stranding, like. But you guys do it unironically. You don't make fun of the people that are saying that. Like, you're like, yeah, you piss. And then you walk along a cliff, and it's pretty sick, y'all. Yeah. Sometimes you drive a car, and then people crash the cars, which breaks the game. It's great. You don't understand. And it's like, but that's like what you would make fun of other fan bases for. So I don't know, man. I don't get it. I'm still waiting on you guys to pull that, like 15 episodes later, just like, Ryan, you know we don't like that game, right? Like we were fucking with you the whole time because we knew it would get you riled up. Like,
Ryan, I paid $70 for the director's cut of Death Stranding. Ironically,
wait,
maybe you're fucking really dedicated.
Not yet.
Maybe you're really dedicated to this fucking joke, man. Like you would really get me if you bought that $70 game and then revealed, no, that game's not good. Like, I know that you are just smart, and so you can see through it. So I'm fucking with you constantly. Like, I would die. I'd probably have to kill myself. Like,
this is the longest con of my life.
You don't understand. I've sunk hundreds of dollars and hundreds of hours of my own personal free time into this fucking game just to make you mad. Like,
this Death Stranding shirt that Andrew got me for my birthday, this is a part of it.
This
you
all
are
an
in
elaborate
the simulation right now.
Yeah,
no, we
like
got
halfway
you so
through,
good.
Yeah, halfway through we lost ourselves and kind of accidentally got into it, but we clawed our way back out, baby. Now it's a full-on joke. The joke is on fucking you. It'll be the day that I like buy it for $5 or something when it's on crazy sale.
Yes.
And just be like, you wasted fucking $5 on that game. Ah, we got him,
sucker.
Fucking got him. Like, just like absolutely destroying me, crushing my spirit completely.
Yeah, we did it, everyone. We pulled it off. Speaking of a crushed spirit, Britney Spears' dad seems like a piece of shit.
We've all known this.
Yeah.
I think it's everyone in Britney Spears' life ever.
Just what the
It's
fuck?
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the whole... Everything about a conservancy seems really fucked. I get that they exist for people that can't take care of themselves and don't have the faculties. This was definitely well, she's going to be an adult now, and that means we don't get all of her money. We need to find a way of not letting that happen.
Right.
And now we control her like a supervillain.
I mean, yeah, she's well enough to work. She's well enough to earn a lot of money. Well enough to take care of the kids that she does currently have. But, we make all major life decisions for her. And that's kind of slavery. It's not it's fucked up.
It's every child actor ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now they're an adult, so everyone's flipping out. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's how a lot of people are treated before they turn 18. So there's if the general public knew about just how many child actors were the sole breadwinners for their entire family, I think there'd be a lot more of an uproar than there currently is.
That was the thing that fucked me up week 1 in Los Angeles. Ian telling me that, a lot of child actor, their parents quit their jobs. They don't work. Mm-hmm. They just manage the kid. Like, what the fuck? To put that expectation on a child.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, the child's making like $400,000 a year or something. Like, so, yeah. And like half of it goes into the trust, but that's still plenty to live off of. Like, yeah, man, it's pretty weird. And then if they become a star, like if they become like a Finn Wolfhard or Millie Bobby Brown, you're just rolling in straight dough that you're kids.
You're not doing anything for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're keeping the controversy away.
I produced the genetic code for this kid. I made an investment.
Yeah, it's capitalism, right? Like, but with children, with human beings.
Yeah,
no,
capitalism.
You don't understand intellectual property. It's my intellectual property. That's pretty much it.
Well. All right, that was all we had for news. You can tell this was a slow week, which means, do we have any memes?
No, not really.
Then we are going into the breakouts. For reasons I can't get into, I've been playing the DLC for Elder Scrolls Online. They're going to have to change a lot of stuff from what they were doing in Skyrim when they make Elder Scrolls 6, because that stuff hasn't aged super well.
Well, Elder Scrolls Online is not made by Bethesda.
No.
No, it's
Obsidian?
No, it's the people that made like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic or some shit. Yeah, no, it's a.
Is it even canon either? Like, I'm not positive that it's canon.
So ZeniMax Online Studios comes up as the credit. Okay, Arcane Studios.
Arcane,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they specialize in making MMORPGs.
Yeah.
And then Bethesda just contracted them out to make this game.
So the way this game is canon in the Elder Scrolls lore is that it's happening so far back in the timeline that it's like antiquity, like prehistory.
It's not canon.
I mean, isn't there like always
irrelevant.
like 1,000 years in between Elder Scrolls games?
I think Skyrim and Morrowind were only like 200 years, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah, enough time that the events of the previous game are legend at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it plays like Skyrim. You got a weapon in one hand and like maybe magic or another weapon in the other. You go around, you kill some monsters and just like scooch out of the way when they try to attack you, and it's just classic fantasy stuff. The big quest I've done so far is that I helped a woman who really like believes her grandmother's stories that her great-great-great-grandfather was a badass ancient warrior, but that history was lost to time. Now we gotta recover his armor and magic horn, and then that'll prove that she's from a noble lineage. And like, yeah, this is every kind of fantasy story. So, it's what it is.
Yeah. Better than Fallout 76.
Right.
Hopefully.
Andrew, you beat Resident Evil Village.
I did.
How is it?
It's good.
Rad.
Ryan, you...
No, so it's...
Your voice didn't quite pitch up, but it had the cadence.
Good. Yeah.
It had the cadence of the, it's good. It's good.
No, so Resident Evil 8 is good. It's a very good game. It's scary. It's fun. The doing all of the shit was great. Obviously, Ethan Winters is like a non-character, but it was like that in the previous game too. I'll say that I liked Resident Evil 7 better than I liked Resident Evil 8, simply because like the puzzles were better and it was more atmospheric and creepy, and I think the like scary elements of the game were designed a little bit better. This game has a lot going for it. I think they improved the gameplay. They added a lot of stuff. It's so much bigger. The boss fights are really, really good. I think the boss fights are way better in this game than they were in the last game. And I think there's a lot more replayability. They added a couple of things where, like, when you play the game once, it gives you a currency. It gives you a certain amount of currency that you can then use to purchase extra elements in the next playthrough.
Oh.
So you can keep adding extra layers when you go through. And then also, when you finish the game, it unlocks a mode called the Mercenaries, which is just like a time trial arcade, like, shooter thing that I guess has been in a lot of other Resident Evil games too, and it's really fun.
I've heard it described that Resident Evil 7 was very much like what we would now think of like pinnacle horror, like The Evil Within, like very like.
Well, Resident Evil 7 was basically first person Resident Evil, like the original Resident Evil game that is so well regarded in the video game community.
But the Resident Evil 8 leans a little more into the camp horror of like, oh, there's a vampire monster, there's a Frankenstein guy, like, yeah,
it's it's big, it's European, it's all that kind of shit. It's spooky, and the Resident Evil 7 was like, this is, fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Okay, so can I ask you a couple of questions I have about the game, and you give me vague answers in response?
Sure.
Was, I think, Hindenburg, whatever his name is, the final boss? Heisenberg. Was he the final boss of the game?
No. I mean, no. I gotta be vague. How do you be vague with a yes or no question?
Well, by not saying what actually the final boss was, I think. Okay. Do we find out what Chris's deal is and why he was being a dick?
Yes.
Is there any connection beyond that to the broader Resident Evil universe and overarching storylines?
Yeah, but I didn't understand it because I haven't played the other games.
Are corporations still evil in this game?
I won't say exactly what happened. The Umbrella Corporation or whatever that did all the big bad shit in the other games, they are not involved in this.
Oh.
You learn some stuff about the origins of that throughout the game, but they don't have anything to do with what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm. And then last question. Do they do anything like interesting or not falling into a problematic trope with Ian's wife, Mia?
I wouldn't say interesting. I didn't think it was problematic. I don't know if it's interesting.
But it's not like damsel in distress or like... Okay, that's fair. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah.
Just can't wait for you to argue for that to be the number one video game of 2021.
There's other games that still need to come out first. Right now, it's definitely my number one game of 2021. It's the only one I've played that came out this year.
Take that, Cyberpunk.
That came out last year.
Oh, shit. You got like 6 months, bro. Ryan, what have you been checking out?
I'm continuing to play The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
Don't really want to talk about it.
Okay.
One day I'll finish it, and then we can talk about it.
Ryan just walks out of his room with a dead look in his eyes. Hey, Ryan. Don't want to talk about it.
No, I can talk about it with Angel. I can talk about it with anyone who's not you two.
Okay. That's fair.
Not anyone. People who haven't played the game or read spoilers. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I like it. Andrew beat me in Madden.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He beat Resident Evil 8 and also beat another.
I beat the final
overarching villain who he could never quite get over the hump. Yeah.
I beat him in a regular season game. It was Ryan's first regular season loss in our franchise
ever.
Yeah.
I am now like, I don't even know, like
101
something in one. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was straight up. Andrew got a couple breaks, capitalized on them, and washed away the game. It was a good.
And then I promptly lost to the Panthers the next week.
Yeah, I still don't understand your Madden, how it works with you. But
fumbles, guys getting mossed for interceptions, shit like that. It's not just turnovers. It's my turnovers are always returned for touchdowns.
See, but that means it must be something with your gameplay. Something with your game plan is like super boom or bust or some shit. Because, like, I don't even really have close calls with the CPU ever. Like, and yet you've beaten me on more than one occasion now. So it must be just like when things go right for you, they really go right. And when they go wrong, they really go wrong. Well, because I don't get it.
It's not that hard to explain. So because I just have never really been able to be very good at vertical passing, I can't seem to get a guy open enough where the ball won't be swatted away or the ball will be underthrown and intercepted. So I do a lot of short passes or like tricky schemes and, like efficient throws and shit like that, which means the ball's being thrown close to the line of scrimmage in traffic. So if that ball then gets picked off or, if the guy that I'm throwing to fumbles it because he's getting schmucked as soon as he catches the ball, then there's no one to stop him as he runs the other way with the ball.
Those backbreakers. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought that for sure you were going to stop losing to the CPU the minute that you started figuring out the like rollout, scramble around, find someone open, or just take a free 15-yard gain or whatever. Like, but then I guess you never really did get the like stepping up in the pocket when the like guy runs a contain blitz.
Yeah, no, I've tried that.
Watching you just rolling right into.
No, I always roll. I've tried to then like, I'll step in between the tackle and the guard or the guard and the center and, make my move there. Always just the guy that the offensive lineman's blocking just reaches out and tackles my ass.
Right, but it's better than a 10-yard sack, which could turn into a fumble return for a touchdown. I just, for like the minute the ball's snapped, in theory, you're looking right at that edge rusher and reading him if you're planning on rolling out. And like if they're flying straight down the field, then you step up into pressure and then you can move to replace them if there's space. If there's not, then you just have to look for a target. And if they're blocked straight up, then you already know what to do. You got that one down. So I don't know, man. We're balling. Andrew might miss the playoffs in spite of beating me in the regular season.
I played another game
card,
today,
baby. Come on.
And I won. I'm 6-6. I'm currently the 6th seed.
Oh, you got this, man.
You could probably drop one more,
maybe,
and still make it. Yeah, and even then, you might not if you drop one more. So I don't know, man.
Another bit of DLC I played. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission, which focuses on a supporting character from Final Fantasy VII, Yuffie, as she infiltrates the mega city of Midgar to fuck with the Shinra Corporation. And I enjoyed it for the most part. A lot of fun. Combat is amazing, better than ever in this DLC. This DLC was a great opportunity for a lot of Asian American voice actors and performers who played very obviously Asian American tied inspired characters, and that all was great. But I kept asking myself, what's the point when Final Fantasy VII Remake ends with them kind of going into a different universe? And it's not really clear how many of these events, if any of them, carry over into that universe. So, like, fun. Not a lot of consequences, though. Did either of you have another thing you were checking out that you wanted to shout it out, or can I close out with my last thing?
I have nothing else that I have started checking out. I did buy, because they went on sale, finally, I bought Metro Exodus. I played the first 2 games in the series on my PC after getting them on the Steam Summer Sale. I bought Metro Exodus for the PS5, actually. And because the PS5 version, I guess, just came out. And also Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
Because it was half off.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to play those games pretty soon. Keep you posted.
Tsushima in particular, I'm interested to hear what you think of it. Did you ever play those like older Assassin's Creed games? I hear it's very...
Nope.
No? Okay.
I played Assassin's Creed 3. That's
Dude.
it.
You have a PC that could definitely run some of the older ones, and they're usually on sale for ridiculously cheap. Brotherhood, man. And Ian will tell you Assassin's Creed 2, which is good. Brotherhood, man. That's the shit.
All right, then last but not least, I am checking out a new manga, binged through it, got all caught up. It's called Die Dark by the same author behind Dorohedoro, Q Hayashida. This is maybe one of the weirdest things I've ever read, and also delightful. This is...
The bar has been raised.
Yeah. This is I don't even know where to begin and describe it. So this is all taking place in space. All right? And is about a guy who is either in his late teens or early 20s who, and it's not really explained how everyone knows this, everybody wants to kill him because if they collect all his bones, they get a wish like they're fucking Dragon Balls. So he's just going around, living his life, and people are coming out of nowhere being like, give me your bones! And yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. If they collect all of his bones are in him. Like,
yes.
They don't have to collect them.
Well, yeah, but it's like, if they cut off his arm, then it's like, well, this is worthless. How many bones are in it? I need like 150 more bones.
Andrew, the bones are their money, and so are the worms.
That brings me to my next point. Bones actually are a form of currency in this.
They fucking watched I Think You Should Leave, and they're like, yep, we're doing it.
So then, yeah, he, from just years of being hunted for all of his life, really strong. So when people try to kill him, he's just, nope, just murders them, takes their bones, and is selling them to buy a spaceship and shit. And then his only friend so far, only friend that's not like a robot, is the personification of death, who... Death is monstrous most of the time, and also only uses he/him pronouns, at least in the translation that I'm reading. Underneath the robes, though, Death, very femme-presenting smoke show, so looking forward to that being commented on. And the only reason Death hasn't tried to kill this kid and get a wish is because Death thinks they're already perfect. Like, they don't want anything. They're already... Yeah, they are the hype. Yeah. So then they're going...
When you said his only friend is... I literally, in my head, was like, Death.
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me in the slightest. It was exactly what I expected.
No.
So, I guess they set that up well.
Mm-hmm. It's so fucking weird, and that description, I feel like, already sets up most of it, but doesn't even start to get into it, really. It's just a blast.
Are we running at like 0.8 chainsaw men? Or how many chainsaw men?
Yeah, wait, hold on. What is Chainsaw Man out of 10? Is it a 10 out of 10?
I mean,
because
in terms of concept or how much I like it?
How much you like it?
Chainsaw Man is a 10 out of 10.
Okay, so we can just run on.
So Chainsaw Man is a 1 unit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a 1.
It's one of itself.
So when you're rating manga, you're giving it when you're giving it a Chainsaw Man rating, you're giving it a % of Chainsaw Man.
Okay, so far for me, Die Dark is probably also a one Chainsaw Man, but it's hitting in a different way where it's like, I never feel sad reading this, but I do feel like it's almost a cathartic joy of, man, these murderers are having a great time together. Good for them. I want good things for these people. Whereas Chainsaw Man, it's like, oh, wow, okay. This is making me confront my imposter syndrome. Wasn't expecting to go through this on a Sunday morning, but here we are. Yeah.
Huh.
Very good
Dark,
so far.
As good as Chainsaw Man.
You heard
so
it here
far.
first, folks.
Yeah.
So is Die Dark, if it gets an anime, going to be the greatest anime of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
might
just
be up
started
there.
reading this.
It all will be.
If it keeps it up, I think it's going to be a great time.
How much of it is there?
I think there are like 25-ish 40-page chapters. This is on a month-to-month as opposed to Chainsaw Man, which is weekly. 21 chapters, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for a friend.
No, I just thought it would be really
were to-
funny if Lucas is like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's as good as my favorite of this media. And he's like, yeah, no, like the first week issue just came out. Like, I've read 5 pages of this, and I can definitively say it's the best ever.
I might cool on it. I might revise my opinion, especially depending on where it goes. But right now, really liking it. No.
Could it eclipse?
So
If it's at a 1 right now, that means it could go up.
Yeah,
That's true.
We're not talking about batting average. We're talking about like OPS here. You can score above 1.
It could end at a 1.2 Chainsaw Man, and then it becomes
then it becomes
a 1.
the bar.
Like Chainsaw Man is a 0.85 Die Dark. Like you're.
Or no, Chainsaw Man
the
is just
scale
0.85
changes.
Chainsaw Man. Die Dark still goes on the original Chainsaw Man scale.
Okay.
I mean, another confounding factor, Chainsaw Man isn't done. It's going to come back, and I could bring it up or down.
It feels like those weird YouTube videos where they show like, maybe it's just me that gets those recommended all the time, but like where they're like, baseball home run leaders over time, and it starts in 1890, and it's some dude with 3, and then it just like, and then this dude comes along and hit 50, and blah, 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 and then Babe Ruth just fucking like blows all the way out, and then finally after like 50 years, Hank Aaron comes along and barely edges him out, and then after another 50 years, fucking Barry Bonds' steroid ass edges him out. Like, that's what I picture you with your manga 1.0 rating. Is it just the scale keeps fucking shifting as you find greater and greater manga, and you're just like, oh my god, I thought this was the greatest to ever do it, but...
Or maybe Lucas has just discovered the secret to happy living, and he just treats everything he consumes like it's the best yet. So it just, his brain keeps going like, this is so good. I will never have anything negatively to compare this to.
Yeah. His brain is recency bias personified. Just literally. This is the most recent thing that I have
This
viewed,
is
therefore.
the best piece of pizza I've ever had. This is the best bowl of instant mac and cheese I've ever had.
I'm 5/20ths, which is a quarter, through this bowl of mac and cheese, and I can say definitively it's tied for the best bowl of mac and cheese I've ever had.
I'm just fucking Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman.
Man,
All right.
it's the secret to happiness.
Yeah.
Just living a lie.
That
Never looking at anything
Lying to yourself,
objectively.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of the point of that character, unless I misunderstood the series, or they go in a different direction in the final 2 seasons.
Yeah, they go in a different direction in the final 2 seasons. Just a heads up. They take some turns in the last quarter of the show. Is it a third of the show that you haven't seen? There's developments, let's just say.
Boy. I know.
Things happen in the plot.
I
It's
know,
not just-
and always kind of knew that Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane were going to get divorced, just like that. Is that a part of it? Mr. Peanut Butter Spiral. Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, he doesn't really spiral because he's Mr. Peanut Butter, but, like, I don't think you would call his existence a happy one, like, even before him and Diane got divorced. Like,
no, yeah. He is very...
Just because he is physically and, like, happy does not mean that he is actually happy.
He's not living well. He just is a positive guy.
He's a dog. He's
right.
And by the way, I think I brought it up on this podcast that dogs do have a condition that basically stunts their development and makes them super happy and friendly all the time. Like, we bred that into them accidentally sometime when we were switching out wolves, and like because like the gene that all dogs have is present in humans, and when it is, it's a specific rare disorder that causes people to be like somewhat developmentally stunted, but also very happy and very agreeable. So that's basically what we accidentally did to dogs.
You know what?
Makes sense.
Maybe it was for the best.
No, those good boys deserve all the happiness they get.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I want to be a dog, but
No.
I don't want to change anything with them. I don't want a dog to get depressed if it's avoidable.
No. Oh, God, what's the depressed dog from the... Is it Looney Tunes or is it Tom and Jerry?
No, Tom and Jerry's is a fucking
he's like
Chad dog.
He's like a big brotherly dog.
Yeah.
No, but there's...
Oh, the one that goes... That one?
Yes. Droopy.
Yeah, isn't he more dopey than sad? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
So his first...
Droopy.
So his first appearance was in a sketch called Dumbhounded, so maybe he's just a little slow-witted.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Moves slowly and lethargically, speaks in a jowly, monotone voice, is shrewd enough to outwit his enemies. I don't know. But I don't know if he's depressed. I think he's just, like, fucking slow. Because it's the 1940s.
That was MGM cartoons, by the way, so that was the Tom and Jerry people. Not to say that...
Savory.
Yeah. Not to say that Looney Tunes and Disney and all the other animators in that era didn't also do some problematic shit, but yes, that one's ascribed to them. Yeah.
Golden Age.
All right. I think we are just about out of gas. So thank you all. Wait, no, hold on. We got to go to the group chat. I just remembered we got to talk about something. What'd you guys think of the first 2 episodes of season 5 of Rick and Morty?
I haven't seen last night's episode yet. That's what Jade and I are going to do right after this is done.
What did you guys think of the first episode of Rick and Morty season 5?
It was a lot.
It's good.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot. I thought it was a classic episode of Rick and Morty
that
just really fucking hit all the vibes and had that meta humor that was enjoyable without being fucking obnoxious and exhausting. Like, just a really, really good episode. A return to form, if anything.
Yeah.
For me.
I feel like a lot of, and I did enjoy it when they did this. I'm just glad that they didn't keep doing it. I feel like last season there was a lot of concepts that were about Rick and Morty, about like the show, and I know that, you know, to a degree, like they do put a lot of the development of Rick and Morty into the stories that are going into Rick and Morty, but
that's okay.
I feel like this episode was a well-developed sci-fi like it was just purely based on like parroting sci-fi concepts.
Yes. And then also Mr. Nimbus, who is just perfect. Kind of.
Perfect because I fucking hate him. But that's the whole That's the whole point. Don't you dare establish canonical backstory with me, you Red Lobster piece of shit. Like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they never even acknowledge the joke of his name. Him being an ocean guy and he's named after a cloud.
Dan Harmon posted it onto Instagram. It's from a knockoff Xbox controller.
Oh.
That he had. that was called Nimbus. I think he just fucking thought that was a stupid name, and that's where it came from. He's always said he's really bad at naming shit. Like, coming up with names.
I mean, that's why all the characters are named like Goopy and...
Oh, I think those are Justin Roiland characters. I think that's fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking... you jerk papa. Like, it's just...
I'm Hoovy.
Syllables. Yep. Yeah, Hoopy. Poor Hoopy.
No, Hoovy.
Oh,
yeah,
Hoovy.
it's because they were like
right,
cow
Hoovy.
people.
Oh, is that?
I think so. I think that...
I thought it was just a goofy name. I thought they were more doggy than...
I think they were supposed to be cows.
What episode was this from?
Episode 1.
Someone. Hoovy. The one he takes into his
and
universe
then closes the door.
Accidentally ruins everything.
Oh, okay.
Everything would have been chill if he hadn't brought Hoovy into his universe. Like, literally, he would have gone back to find Hoovy's kids, who probably would have also been like, oh, my dad told stories about you. You were a nice guy. Like, and instead, just ruined everything. Yeah. Andrew's not gonna like episode 2.
Andrew, you might like
No. Okay,
2.
I didn't say that I didn't like when they did that. I did enjoy it. I'm just saying this felt more like an older episode of Rick and Morty. So it was a nice change of pace. Because
It seemed like you were speaking as in, like, I enjoyed it because it didn't go there. But that's...
No, just that it was different. Because, I mean, the train... I don't even know if you want to call it like the train of thought.
I loved that episode.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That was fantastic.
Okay.
That was so
Maybe
good.
I like it. I don't know. That's fair. I liked it. I think a lot of people thought it went up its own ass. I thought it was like...
I think it was the right amount of intentionally up its own ass. Because that was the joke.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. And I heard the origin of Jesus' cum gutters in the podcast. And various other cum gutters. So, but yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think about this one.
Maybe in the quarantine cast tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. All right. For real this time, thank you all so much for listening to episode 148 of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok if you want to check out some highlight clips. Also be sure to email us your questions and business opportunities, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. We have an ActBlue link in the description down below if you want to help a collection of great progressive causes. And, of course, we have a Patreon where you can join the terrific likes of Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and Sensual Richard Nixon. Lastly, this podcast has a Twitter at V2_podcast. Follow it if you want to keep up to date with everything we have going on. And follow me at Lucas the Writer on Twitter for Chainsaw Man retweets and my writing, which is also mostly about Chainsaw Man. But, you know. Thank you all so much for listening, and have a good amount of luck with your week. Goodbye.